afternoon, ladies. Thank you for joining me today for this short training. I'm going to be introducing Edspire. It's a new database management system that the district is going to be rolling out. So right now we're going to go over the instructions of how to actually log into the video. Here are the steps. You need to go and Google search texaseds.com. And then you're going to choose the one that says texaseds.com login reports. And then your first step is going to be to actually say forgot password. You're going to say forgot password. When you get to the login screen, go ahead and pretend to sign in, but then put forgot password and then put your email. And then go check your email so you can get your credentials and go ahead and I think it'll have a link telling you to reset your password, and then you'll be able to create your password. Did you receive it? No. Don't do it again. There.
Enter your new password.
Yes, did you create your password? Yes.
También.
Yes.
I barely got yes.
Beginning and shortening.
Okay. Come in.
Let's just wait for Mr. Hospital.
It says here only available for DMAC users, so is it called DMAC then? Like it was formerly DMAC?
Not that it was formerly DMAC, but it does work with DMAC. Like all the data is going to be pulled from DMAC. This is just, I guess, like an addition to DMAC where you can analyze the data a little bit better. It was designed for, but it is going to be pulling all the information off of DMAC. Okay. So the first report that we're going to be going over from teacher resources is the student growth table. So once you're here, you're going to go to teacher tools and then go ahead and go to teacher resources. And there's several teacher resources that you can play around with, but right now we're going to start looking at the star growth tables. Go ahead and go to the star growth tables.
Oh, okay, this is where they got this.
Yes. So
It was teacher tools, teacher resources?
yes, teacher tools, teacher resources, and then we're going to
Star
go
growth.
ahead and the teacher resources, we're going to be looking at the star growth table. Right here. Were y'all able to go to the star growth table?
Yes.
And go ahead and pick one of your assessments.
Pick one of our assessments?
Yes. Yes, this assessment.
Oh.
Like go ahead and do star from last year.
Okay. It's right there.
And pick your grade level
Yes.
and go ahead and run one of those reports.
Report run.
So,
Okay.
so it should look something like this, where you have your data and it's dividing it into all these different, from your prior year, all your numbers of your students who did not meet grade level. They were high, but they still didn't meet grade level. They were very close to approaching at a low level, or they were high and approached the grade level. And over here, the meets and the masters, of course, where we want them, right? And this is during the current year, and it cross-references from last year. So that's what this report is going to do with this data. So
So that's the jumps that they're making.
Yes.
They're supposed to make in the points that we're going to receive.
yes, the academic growth.
Or they're going to receive.
Yes. And then the other report is the student growth tracker. Go ahead and, yes, go ahead and now run the student growth tracker. And this is going to be specifically tailored per student. So go ahead and pick one of your students from the report. Yes. And then you'll be able to, this program is able to track them with all the data.
Oh, cool.
Yes. You'll have your beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year. And then it'll even tell you your recommended skill set on which TEKs and skills that you all need to like re-emphasize. And this is specifically tailored to each student. These you can print out, start your tutorials, and then you have all this information. And it even ties it to the STAR quantile tables. And there's even another report that's going to really blow your minds later where you can predict. You can actually manipulate and predict, okay, what happens if this student does move on to the next expected growth level. So this is the student growth planner. Yes. The next report we're going to be looking at is the actual quantile report. We're familiar with that one from DMAC, right?
Yes.
So go ahead, and the first step is, again, you go to, where are we? This time go ahead and choose benchmark reports and go down to quantile. You are able to, and of course it's last academic school year because this is the data from last year. Right now we really haven't populated it with data. So go ahead and choose last year. Go ahead and choose one of the exams. I know that it's either, and I have it.
Sorry.
I think it kicked me out from the actual expire.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So go ahead and go to the STAR report.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm sorry, we're in benchmark running the
Benchmark,
quantile.
quantile.
Yes. So your district is there. You need to change the academic year to last school year. And then here's where you get to select an exam. Let's say we're doing, I'm going to run science, but you can feel free to read reading or math. And then
What do the 2 and the 3 mean?
those are benchmarks.
Benchmark, okay.
Yes. So it's usually benchmark 1, benchmark 2, and so forth.
Oh, but
Yes. And then the campus, all that should be populated, and then you run your report. I don't, so this is what your report should look like. Because we're on the quantile. So go ahead and run your report, whatever subject you chose. And this is what your report looks like. The quantile report will be displayed like this format. You can actually click on the number before the 18 to display the specific student who answered the question incorrectly. Right here, it's zoomed in. Like let's say in your master, like in this example, 18 out of 30 answered it correctly. So let's say only one student answered it correctly. You're able to say, okay, who was that one student that answered it correctly? Or in this case, it was 18 out of your 30 students answered it correctly. And then definitely your distractors are gonna show here because you're gonna be able to see, okay, a lot of my students got that question incorrectly, and you can focus on those. And then if you do, like I said, click on it, then the student list will be generated telling you, okay, all these kids mastered and they were the ones that actually got this answer correctly, or the other way around if they didn't. So, and then you can extract a student spreadsheet in an Excel format or in a PDF format, and you can print those reports like you're used to printing them to collect your data, and then you can go ahead and click out of that report. You can view students, and to view the students in each performance category by clicking up here. Am I going too fast? Let me see.
No.
Where are we?
We're in that.
Okay. So you're able to view your report.
Yeah. This is nice.
So the student name will be listed by performance and color coded. And it's color coded, right? Because we want them over here in the blue. Here's the one that I'm telling you is going to blow your mind. The what if. So then you go ahead and click the what if button once you have your spreadsheet. Go ahead and choose the what if. And this is where you're planning for this year and your strategies. I'm like, okay, what if I do bring this student up to this next level? You'll be able to drag them and it'll change all your percentages, and you're able to make better predictions with your data.
So this is through DMAP,
Yes,
but are we still using DMAP? And this is a supplement to DMAP.
yes, yes.
So
So
with
like an
DMAP
add-on.
DMAC is not being removed.
DMAC right now is still collecting the data and it's being populated into this program.
Okay, because like last year I had fifth graders, so they're gone.
Yes,
So, but now my data for my fourth graders will be there.
yes. So when you do the what if, a new pop-up window will appear, and this is the what if report. You are able to view the cumulative performance and projected TA scale score on the top right hand corner of your screen. So right here. And then students' names are movable. You can now make what if predictions with teachers to view how many individual students impact the campus cumulative performance when you move from the performance category to another. So like we need to hit our
30, 60, 90.
yes, our 30, 60, 90. So then that's where right here. So right now, this example right here, it's at 90, 73, 33. So you know that the way they are, you're good. And if they weren't, this example is like a perfect example, right? But if you're like not there, you can pinpoint your bubble kids and you're gonna say, okay, let me move this person. I'm gonna like do strategically tutorials with this particular group, and I know that this group is gonna come over here. And it's like a what if visually showing you how you're gonna meet your cumulative performance, and you can visually see that. Any questions on that? So every time a student moves from one performance category to another, the cumulative performance and scale score is updated accordingly. So you're able to manipulate. Any questions on this report? Go ahead and play around with it. Move a couple of kids around, see how your percentages are affected. Yes. Okay. Good job. Awesome. So that was it for that one. And
Can
then
you pass me the phone?
we're gonna look at the item analysis report. Go ahead and go to, again, benchmark reports, but this time choose item analysis. Now we're gonna get deeper into like specifically what items we need to target. Again, select the academic year, select the report, the exam, and again, like you had asked Ms. Cavazos, it's benchmarks, math or reading or science, and I guess the number is as the benchmarks are being given from there. Same concept, the campus is already and then go ahead and submit. And this is what your item analysis report looks like. Each item, the student expectation, how the class did overall, the percentages are there, and how many percentage of your students mastered, met, approached, or did not meet, and
Sorry, before I forget, in the other one, the quantile or the what if report, that was a student, school report, but do we have?
it can be run as a school report
And a teacher report?
and a teacher report. You can individualize to your classroom, like these are the targets I want to meet.
Yeah.
Yes. So then if you click on a header on this item analysis report, it will sort the items to appear towards the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The performance level charts will provide you with a visual chart on how students answered based on their performance level. So this is where we really get deep into the data and analyzing it, because right now it looks all over the place, but then it's color coded. And then we can really deep dive into, okay, which were the items that were really like the kids were struggling with. And again, color coding. So the ones we're gonna really wanna target are those red ones, right? Because they're color coded. Remember, blue is where we want them to be, and red are the ones that we really need to target.
You know, over to the
Yeah.
yellow or
Yeah.
green.
And then by clicking on star items, you're able to view the question, the specific question that was a distractor, the ones that they all got wrong, or this is the one I need to focus and do my strategies on and try to bring up this particular objective. The support questions will also appear in sequence to assist the teacher with instructional intervention strategies. Can you all go ahead and play with that and try to choose one of your items so you can see your some samples of the questions that your kids struggled with? Then we can then come around and when you PLC, go ahead and think of more strategies that need to be done for
Conversion.
for those particular objectives. Teachers and administrators can click on export slides to download the STAR items as a PowerPoint presentation to use for instructional purposes. That's also cool. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and close the STAR item. You can also sort all of the objectives, the questions, from lowest to highest. Because right now they're sorted by the number of the item, question number. But you can just sort it and focus, okay, these are the low ones, these are the ones I'm gonna focus on, and then just extract those questions.
I like this.
And you can also extract this to either an Excel format or a PDF format for your documentation. Any questions on the item analysis report? And then we already talked about the what if, because that was embedded with the other one. So then the distractor analysis report, again, we go to reports, benchmark reports, item analysis.
Item analysis.
We were actually already there. It's just taking us back. I'm sorry about that. And then review the action plan for the assessment selected. The action plan is divided to recommended groups. And then the distractor analysis report is here, right next to the create a PDF. And right now, the data we've been seeing right now are the benchmarks. Because we've been going to the benchmark reports. Well, let's go ahead and now see the state report. The STAR report. Let's go ahead to the STAR, and I think on this one, you are able to select, I'm gonna go with science again. You see how when you select one, it does give you the actual, so go to, yes. And I wanna say on this one, this would be 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade.
Yeah.
3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. So go ahead and run one of your reports, either math or reading. And then when you choose it, it lets you choose, okay, was it I want to say it's English I think this is the star alt. And then this would be the English star, and this would be the Spanish star. So go ahead and do the English S. And go ahead and run your report.
Spanish.
No, English is a star.
Yes.
The other one says
The same.
Spanish S.
Spanish.
This is star and this is alt. And you see, it tells us in the district, 2,759 students were tested. In San Isidro, we tested 156. And again, my report was math 5th grade. And this is where we really start getting, so let me see, is yours teacher specific? Or did you get campus data?
No, teacher specific.
Very good, because mine is campus data since I'm an administrator. So yours is your class, and now this is live data that you're able to play with. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to play with it. We went over some other reports you could run if you have any questions running those reports.
I don't have questions now, but I'm sure when I'm sitting in my classroom by myself,
Yes.
I will. I'll be calling you.
Yeah. So you don't have to get data right first year stuff.
No, she can see her fourth graders.
I use
Oh,
my
okay.
therapy, but my computer's just
Yeah.
says loading data, loading campuses.
One specific to sped and
Okay. Very good. Any questions? You know that I'm always available. Whenever, if you do have additional questions, you can reach me on the administrative chat at any point if you have any questions. So to close off, we're gonna go ahead and sign this oath that you certify and warn that you're gonna maintain the security and all the information that is on Inspire. It's all confidential data. Thank you. So this is what you're signing, your oath, statement of confidentiality and integrity. So you're initialing that you acknowledge that you're the only one that's gonna access your Inspire account. And it's gonna be for legitimate educational purpose. You will not discuss, share, or release student data with anyone verbally or in writing or electronically without appropriate authorization. You hereby acknowledge that you will not disclose your username or password or leave it anywhere where anybody can get it. You will log out of the secure system and close student records where you're not going to be using it and not letting it be accessible to any unauthorized user. And that you understand that violating FERPA or this oath may result in disciplinary action, including termination of employment and or legal consequences. So I'll collect your oaths. Thank you again. Okay, now continuing with this afternoon, we're going to be doing Skyward. It's just a refresher. I know that the district initiative last year was to transition from Tyler to Skyward, and I know that we hit a couple of bumps, but I know that the district has been trying to smooth out the majority of the complaints were the reports, and I know that they've really answered all the teacher requests, and they've created some better reports similar to what we used to have in Tyler. So right now we're going to be going into the gradebook settings. Everybody already knows how to access Skyward, the dashboard. So good, let's go ahead and start with the gradebook. So another thing that was really, and I don't know if you guys face this, but the year we were able to come to the current year, because I know I had issues. It was kicking me back to that. It kept on kicking me back to last year. So make sure we're in the current year, and then we go to gradebook, grade sheet.
gradebook, grade sheet.
Yes. And this is where you'll be able to see the tiles for all your subjects, all your different subjects that you need to assign grades for. So you'll see the tile. and it has all the information there. And this is a little breakdown. You can get all the student info, the details, their guardian, the emergency contact by clicking this down arrow. And then it'll also display what class period, what course, what teacher, and room number, which really doesn't affect us in elementary. That's more for middle school when we're trying to locate kids throughout the day. So clicking the student indicator provides an explanation of what the indicator represents. So there's a whole table that comes out from the indicator. All the different alerts, everything is here next to the student under indicators. And
Or just
EB, emergent bilingual.
no, I know that everyone. Yeah.
Yes, and then there's a different EB with the dot. That means that they're still being monitored.
Well, they're probably a first year.
Yes.
Right.
And so the gradebook display, if we touch the little display, the little settings icon right here, you can save all the changes that you made, and it'll be able to save that for you. That way you can personalize it a little bit more to your needs, like what do you want it to show? Which of the columns do you want displayed? Because sometimes it's too much and you want to clean it up, and this is where you do it. From the little gear, and then you go ahead and it says what columns do you want to display. And this is where you can like say personalize it. Don't forget to hit save. I know we live in a world where everything automatically saves for us, but unfortunately Skyward, everything you do, you need to save. Adding assignments. This was an issue that teachers were coming up across last year. Once you select the tile of the particular class that you're going to want to do assignments, on the top bar, you need to make sure that you're in the add assignment. Okay, and that's when you can start adding assignments on the top right of the screen. And then you can save and clone, save and add another,
Oh, I love the save and clone.
save and enter scores. So save and clone, so you can clone it to the different sections that you teach. You only have to add the assignment once. Yes.
I did it over here, and I just, like, say this one, and I just click one of their ERs.
Yeah.
Yes, ya no le apacho the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but you can hit save and clone to do another assignment, and it'll still save in all of those. Yeah.
Thank you. So, saving an assignment. Save and clone, and this is where it's detailing it. Save the assignment, and the add assignment screen displays with the assignment details you entered. Save the assignment, save and add another, saves the assignment, and the add assignment screen refreshes so you can add another assignment. Save and enter scores, saves the assignment, and then the score entry tab of the assignment details screen displays, which enables you to start adding the grades once you're already there. And then save just saves the assignment, and then you can return to the grade sheet, which displays the assignment you created. So sometimes we sit down and we just want to write all our assignments and then go back and put the grades, but if we're just particularly just doing that assignment, I would suggest you just do save and enter scores and get it out of the way right there and then. So syncing assignment to multiple classes. This is new. So once you create one assignment, you can go ahead and click on it, and then a drop-down menu pulls up, and you would select assignment details. Select the assignment you want to sync, and then select assignment details. And then that's where it gives you the option, classes sync to. And this is where you can sync it to other classes. And this is, I think this is where you were saying,
Yes.
where right here, then you put the check mark in all the classes that you want to have it. That's also new. That feature was
Yeah.
not available last year. So this is a good, like, time saver shortcut,
Yeah.
which is a little bit easier than the cloning one. What are the benefits that you see in the cloning one, Ms. Luna?
You don't have to go back. Like, you don't have to do this section here. So you would just save and clone, and it automatically, everything that you attached it to, all the other classes, you can now attach the next.
So it's the
assignment to
same
all the
end
classes.
goal, just two
Yeah,
different
just
ways to
different
getting
ways,
there.
yes.
Okay, very good. So then you would check the boxes, which is Ms. Garcia's method, and then it would be in all her different classes, and she only had to put the assignment once.
I
And
was
then
never
you,
ever to do the other one, the cloning, always had to do
yeah,
that.
and then you're able to click on the assignment. Oh, so then you can also delete an assignment. Let's say you accidentally created an assignment, or you decided not to pick up a grade on that assignment. you can always go back and delete that assignment by selecting up here the delete the assignment, and it'll be gone. So the scoring mode we talked about. And this is, I remember last year, this was the main concern where teachers were like, I created the assignment, but I can't put the grades, because this was very different from Tyler. You actually need to go into scoring mode to be able to then start putting your grades into particular assignments. The other, I'm sorry?
Questions, sorry. So when we put in the assignments, so like if we're doing it for the whole entire 6 weeks, like just a journal assignment, it's only showing from progress report to progress report?
Yes, because, but I think you can change that in the settings.
Can I change it in the
Yes,
settings?
you can send, I'll go back, I'll circle around to that question in a bit. The other thing was the little chevron hides everything. So every time you see a chevron, you know that you need to open it up so it can open up the other columns to the right. For some reason, I don't know why it wants to keep it like condensed like that, but that's another question a lot of teachers were asking last year, like, where's all my assignments? Well, the chevron opens up. And you guys are familiar with the chevron?
Yes.
Ladies? And then there's also the options to not count an assignment, or maybe the student was absent and you want to select missing grade, or maybe you go from missing grade to eventually saying, you know what, I'm not going to count it, they're not going to get around to do it, or they're missing the grade because they were absent, and that's where you would put your comments here. You know what, they're missing, but they were absent.
Can you click both? Yes? Like missing, but I'm not gonna count it? Or
Yes.
can you only click one?
No, yes, you're able to
Both.
click both. And then, like I said, it has your teacher comment of why you decided to not count it, or specifically if it's missing,
Yeah.
were they absent? Is it missing because they were absent, or is it missing because they just haven't come around to doing?
What was score clarifier again? Did you mention?
Yes, it's just a drop down where you can go ahead and
Oh, like how did they, I mean, I know we can't put like their accommodation.
and they're preset. No, they're preset. You can go ahead and yes. What did you say?
What if you
Yes, we can,
create,
it's
generate?
school specific where we could generate the drop down
Oh,
in the
okay.
settings.
So maybe
Or-
like an inclusion setting or something like that.
Okay, yes,
Right?
definitely.
With teacher assistant.
With teacher assistant,
During
very-
inclusion or,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, if we can write them down, we can make sure that we, as a campus, decide that those are the ones that we're gonna wanna start for this one.
Like at least the setting. 'Cause I know we can't put accommodations in it.
Yes.
At
But
least the
we
setting.
definitely wanna document that yes, they received this grade, but it was with teacher assistance or some sort of support, yes. Good point, Ms. Luna. And then there's also the Mass Center grading feature, where you click on the assignment, then click Mass Score, and then you go ahead and set your grade and save it, and it just fills it all the way down the column. So we go back to settings. The setting display is there for grades and assignments. You can change the colors, how you want the assignment to be displayed, how you want the grade column to be displayed, the graded average display, and that's up here in the settings. And then this will open up, and then you can scroll down and see, okay, show assignments. Sometimes you want to see just one, and I know they call them scoring buckets, but I'm used to like marking period 1. You just want to see marking period 1. You're in marking period 2. You don't want to see marking period 1. This is where you show the marking period. Here they're called terms. Do you want to see it from the beginning of the year, or you just want to focus on this marking period? You can always go back and reset it in case you need to refer back to other marking periods. But I know some teachers like to keep it clean, and they're like, okay, right now I'm just going to focus on this particular grading period, and I don't need to see anything else. That's another thing you can do here in the settings. And then again, you can customize it to your color preferences. You can even, and I know you guys are familiar, you ladies are familiar with this, right? Like you can say, okay, if it's a D, I want it in red, where all those ranges of grades, you wanted a particular color.
Where is that? What settings? Display settings.
Yes, under settings, you go to display grade colors, and this is where you can give it, okay, if it's from 0 to a 50, I want it in red, a 50 to a 60, I want it in yellow, and then a 61 to and above, that'll be green, and then it'll really visually color code it for you, and then you're gonna focus on those red, the grades that are displayed in red. Yes.
That's fine. I'll try. It's right here. Oh. Oh, okay, yes. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, you want a couple of minutes to play around with it?
Yeah. It was display settings.
Yes. It's under settings, and then display settings, and then the grade colors.
Grade sheet display. And then grade
You got it? And then just the way the student has their little legend, the grade book also has a legend where you can go back and see what each particular icon represents. There's the assignment icons, the grade column icons, and the student icons over here. And you can just access that by hitting legend on the top next to settings. And then it also gives you like hotkey shortcuts to undo, Control C, to redo, Control Y. So these are, and then M, Control M to mark it as scored, and Control E to mark the scoring. And then 0 score, you would put a Z. And today's training, just focusing on the grade book. We're gonna have the attendance one. There wasn't really many changes to the attendance one, but I know that the grade book one did have all those new features that we needed to go over. Do you ladies have any questions?
Yeah, for sharing that. I didn't know about the grade for their.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming this afternoon. Like I said, I always have my door open in case you do have any follow-up questions. Just email me, send me a chat, and I really appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.